Have angels always walked among us? Do angels even exist? Hello, everyone. My name is Ruth, and today I have a quick message from Spirit having to do with the angels. I heard these words in meditation. We have always been with you. We have surrounded the earth plane at all times. We have watched and listened, but have not intervened. Until now, we have observed. Now we move with purpose and precision. Now we listen to those who call, sending messages to those who listen. We are the higher realm guides. We are the angels. Welcome in today, everyone. Today we're going to be looking at the angelic realm. The angelic realm allegedly is a realm surrounding Earth. So this is not the planetary realms, or we're going to ask Spirit at least. Planetary versus Earth realm. Okay, there are beings allegedly from other realms, planets, universes. But the angels, according to the biblical text, have been surrounding Earth in like another dimension. It's like a realm that's been vibrating at a frequency we could not see. So we're going to be asking planetary, we're going to be asking about stargates, and we're going to be asking about dimensions or other realms. So stay tuned for that. If you are interested in following me, please give me a thumbs up, a like, a subscribe to this YouTube channel, share it with someone that you think would be interested in it. Good evening, Richard. Good subject. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. And then as well, if you'd like a personal reading from me, or you would like to join the membership, please go ahead and find me on my website. My website, www.violetflame.net. And I will go ahead and share that here. All right, let's get started. Grab yourself a cup of coffee. Go ahead and set your intention with me to clear out all electronics of anything negative for now and for the rest of tonight. All beings, thought forms, entities, technologies, and artificial intelligences that do not have our highest good or the highest good of all life on earth, and that are not in service to the one true source of all creation, the great I am, and the technology you use, such as nanodust, smart dust, black goo, tracers, trackers, implants, blockers, algorithms, operating systems, and all else that do not have the highest good of humanity, we command you to leave this live stream, this channel, and our bodies, minds, and energy fields once and for all. Go to the abyss. Do not torment this earth realm again. All your contracts with this earth realm are null and void. We cast you out. And we invite and fill all empty spaces left by these dark negative forces. We invite the light of Christ into them, the energy of light, Christ's light, the power of Holy Spirit, divine love of all that is holy and good. We invite truth and clarity to fill the space with healing and liberty for all. It is so, let it be. Okay, so I want to read a little bit from Ishmael Perez's book about the angelic realms. It's on page 27, and his book is called Our Cosmic Origins by Ishmael Perez. And he talks about different realms as well as different planetary beings, so I have to make sure that I really dissect the book. But this was at page 27 where I found this very interesting. To understand the diversity of angels, he calls them celestials in existence. We must first understand the three overall levels of existence in which all dimensions, densities, and realities exist. So he's dividing them into three realms. Foremost, as preserved in ancient wisdom, there have always been three major planes of existence. I'm going to go from the lowest, the one most familiar, the physical material, he calls it, the etheric mental, second plane, and then the celestial spiritual. These three major planes are further divided into three more, making 9 total, which is where they get the 9 choirs of angels or the 9 hierarchies of angels. Now, he says in here, a hierarchy doesn't mean one's the boss of the other. It's just a level of vibration or a level of frequency. The three major planes are further divided into 9, giving us the concept of the 9 realms of heaven as explained by our biblical Paul the Apostle. These 9 realms are subdivided into multiple densities, degrees, and subplanes, making up the entire spectrum of light. In the spiritual plane, the highest level of being and existence exists the highest emissions of light where only perfected light beings exist. They are the celestials and what the Bible calls the mighty Elohim. And in the biblical text, the word God is translated Elohim, and it means plural gods. These beings are both luminous and androgynous, on one level, and they also have a physical body, male and female, on another level. However, the highest levels, there's a certain type of energy that cannot be contained in any form. And that is the energy manifested in the highest spheres of the highest heaven. For only the light body in a state of pure energy is active there. On the same token, for these cosmic beings to take physical form, they would have to lower their vibration or their light quotient down to the etheric mental plane and the material celestial plane. And these are lower energy frequencies and vibrations, and it's why they are light and form simultaneously, since all levels exist simultaneously. So some of the angelic beings or the celestial beings can actually vibrate lower if they choose. So if there's like let me finish reading and then I'll explain as I understand it. It has also been unveiled that the Elohim, the celestial beings, have been endowed with the same creative power of our prime creator, since they are all divisions and offspring manifestations of the one pure source. And it's revealed in the holistic model of existence. The Elohim came from source consciousness, and they're bigger consciousness beings of light. Think of them as the gods Prometheus, who could create the fur of animals and fire and air and water. Okay, the Bible says in the beginning, the Elohim said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And the Elohim divided the light from the darkness. So the Elohim created duality. And the Elohim said, "Let there be dry land." And the land appeared. And they said, "Let there be fish in the sea." So some of these gods, like Zeus and the goddesses that had creative power, are the ancient ways of remembering the Bible. The Bible is only a few thousand years old, but these stories of the gods could very well have been the Elohim that created creation. They've been endowed with the same creative power of our prime creator, since they are all divisions and offspring manifestations of the one pure source. The Elohim further divide or give birth to the multi-archangelic and angelic beings that exist throughout the cosmos. So the angels and the angelic beings are emanations from the Elohim. This family of descending light beings either give up their individual will to serve the will of our Creator or take matters into their own hands to serve their individual causes. Hence, duality, choosing light and darkness, why you can have fallen spirits, fallen angels. At this level, all descending celestials realized that they could use their inherent creative mental powers to project any world or any reality they please through their thought projections. It's almost like the Elohim gained creative power, and then they gained their free will to determine how to use their creative power. Since all reality is a projection or manifestation of creative mental energy, then the lower extensions or the material realms, that's us and our humanness and the 3D realms, then the lower extensions or the 3D realms reflect the mental projections of these celestial beings. The only thing is there are many material creations or galaxies being projected into existence from the many descending cosmic beings that operate as the offspring of our prime creator source, as a family of creator gods, the many and the one. Wow. Okay. So tell me if that resonates with you or not. There's definitely a lot of information there. I tried to read it slowly, and I'll do more lives where we read some of that. But let's go ahead now and let me try to explain my interpretation of what was just read. It feels like there's source consciousness of light, possibly even Sophia's consciousness, which is our divine holy mother, and then divine Christ consciousness, which is like the Father Son. Okay, and then everything in our solar system is an emanation of Christ light. Within Christ's energy is the Elohim, and then they have the different beings, the seraphim and the cherubim and the archangels and the angels. And these all have become denser in frequency in order to experience certain realities. And the earth realm is a projection and was created from the Elohim. It's even been said that some of the animals, like especially the pets, are emanations from archangels. Yes, I thought that was very fascinating. And then we also have another realm of ascension where the esoteric community teaches where we ascend, okay? Where from this reality co-created by the Elohim, we then can turn upward into the angelic form, the archangel form, and every archangel will eventually become an archai, and an archai will become like a cherubim and then a seraphim. The seraphim are sometimes referred to as the dragon energy, and then you have the Elohim and the creators of light. So my question to Spirit today is, let me read your questions first, and I'll tell you my question. We just need to ask for them, and they will answer 100%. I'm reading that book right now, The Cosmic Origin by Ishmael Perez. Yes, go ahead and get yourself a copy. You can find it on Amazon. Calamity Jane, it is deep. It is deep, and it is good. So my question is, the angels, are they from other planets, or are they from just this universe, this solar system as we know it, from the Christ energy? Okay. And then I have several questions as well that I felt like they gave me when I was meditating before I came in, like, who are we to you? It's like they want to answer that question through the cards. How do we travel? They want to answer that question. What are we doing right now to assist Earth's ascension? And then some of my questions are, were they previously human and they ascended, or did they descend from the higher realms? Because I'm a little bit confused on that. Yes. All right. Have they always been with Earth since Earth's creation? And that goes with the planetary system there. All right. So let's get started. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I am going to use this angel deck here. We have the angel cards, so I'm excited for this. And we're going to finish up with some messages from the cosmos. So stay tuned to the end. All right, so the first question I want to ask is, are they connected to the solar system? Interesting, because I almost said planetarian. So let's add, we got a card, independent. Independent. Okay. I asked, are they connected to the solar system? But they exist outside the solar system. They're not just connected to our reality as we know it. Spirit, what can you tell us about where angels come from? And we're only focusing on the ascended beings of light in this live. Okay. Okay, they are a group. The energy is they are a group of beings of celestial celebratory here. Look at the beautiful feminine energy of them gathering together, rejoicing, dancing, celebrating. The Bible says the angels sang when the foundations of the earth were laid, meaning as earth was being created, the angels were singing, and the earth was created with its solar system. And as we see the solar system today, so this is telling me that the angels were there when earth was created. Many of the angels were there. Many of at least that realm of frequency. So who might be ascended, like ascended masters, some of them early on, like Adam, those early ones that became Enoch, those that became ascended masters might be angels today. But the realm of angels existed before earth was created. Does that make sense? That frequency, that etheric and celestial frequency was there before the 3D realm was created. And that's confirming what the Bible says the angels sang as they watched the earth being created. Okay, now that's the past energy. They're very victorious in the present. And we're asking about where they come from. We're getting travel card and another travel card. We're getting here a containment or a block, a hindrance. This is a protection, but also a separation. So I need clarity on this. I need clarity on these three cards. They've traveled. Okay, they're from the fam. I hear a family. They're definitely from a family. They follow, and I'm getting with this card the Elohim. Okay, a lot of creative energy here, a lot of emotion, frequency, and consciousness. They're from the Elohim, but they traveled here, and they have frequencies that guard and protect. They're guards. I'm hearing the words guards to portals. Guards to entry points. So where do they come from? Where do they come from? This is a secret stab in the back. And this is the Earth Portal card. Okay, so what Spirit's telling me right now is that they have been coming through certain gates or entry points to our earth realm, but something happened to block or actually destroy their access to the earth realm. And these are hidden secret entryways. This would be the portal card and the card of ley lines and earth-based energy. So where do they come from? They come on the wings of the ley lines. They come on the wings of the earth. And I mean that metaphorically. They come on the energy of Earth's grid, and they come through portals and gateways, something that was guarded. And they actually came. There's a lot of energy. There's a whole story forming to me, and I don't want to share the story right now, but it's the story of the angels had a lot more access to earth than they currently have, and they've had to travel through certain specific points to come and guard humanity, and they've had to work hard to guard certain access points through which they've traveled. And it looks like at some point in humanity's history, possibly in the last thousands of years, they've been actually betrayed, and those portals were actually closed down. Okay. But they are connected to the earth realm, but they are definitely outside the earth realm as well. And some of them do exist in realms that we call planets. Okay, but this is, we definitely have the earth realm here. They choose to come in. They do not exist within the earth realm. They choose to come in. Yeah, portals, gateways, points on earth. Okay. So they come from their realities. Some of them are connected to planetary realms, what we know of as planetary realms, but they are independent of our solar system and what we know as a 3D world. Okay, now the question that they gave me is, what do they look like? What do we look like? They want to answer that question. What do we look like? Let us tell you what we look like. I do not know why. They come in very strategically and secretly hidden. Sometimes they come in hidden ways. I'm seeing angel numbers in this card. I'm seeing the ways where singing, special music they'll come in on, but they come in very strategically. They actually have plans to connect and to speak and to teach us in certain ways that we're not always aware of. Very interesting message coming in. I'm hearing the words, you expect us to be a etheric form, like you expect us to like be an etheric, like a misty figure. Humanity has expected angels to appear to them like mist, like a misty shadow figure. And they say we actually come in very strategically in different ways. I'm seeing flowers, feathers. I'm seeing, obviously, like I said, the angel numbers. We manipulate little things in your reality to let you know we are next to you. Synchronicities, serendipity, Geico Gecko, serendipity, little creatures, birds, angel signs. I'm seeing a tiger. So I'm seeing different ways that they just represent and try to get us messages. Okay, how else? What do you look like? What do we look like? This is how we're going to look like to you. Okay, we have the energy of the sun, nature. We have a horse here and a child. We also have the energy of the sun, and I'm seeing sunlight, sunbeams, orbs, floaties. Something floating in the air can represent flashes of light, flickers of light. Wow. In the center of the reading is the card of lack. That means no DNA, no physical DNA. It's almost like the angels are saying, our purpose right now is not to come to you in physical form. And this is our spirit guides, okay? This is just the angelic realm. This is just the angels. We don't come to you in physical form, and we've chosen that. I'm hearing the words, it would be too dangerous. Interesting. Conflict. They cannot come to us in physical form because there's too much conflict for them. It's too dangerous. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I want to add right onto this the next question that they gave me. Who are we to you? Who are we to you? Answer that question for us, Spirit. Angels of the light, who are you to us humans? I have this card coming up. Who are you to us? Thank you. The card that flipped out was Page of Wands, energy sources, boosts of energy. This would be answered prayer, boosts of energy, anything that actually comes in to increase our passion, increase what makes us happy, bring in messages. We are messengers of light. We carry messages and we carry energy. That's what I hear. The Page of Wands, this is really giving me like a fairy, like the fairies, but it's coming in as the purposes of fairy would be to bring a message, think of Peter Pan and little Tinkerbell, or to actually with the wand, because that's a wand here, fire a spark, to spark an idea, spark a message, spark even you with energy. Ask us for energy. I need strength today. I'm not feeling good. Please help me. Think of that little wand of Harry Potter or the wand of Tinkerbell, hidden in plain sight. Our spiritual assistants, our spirit guides, like Calamity Jane says, we just need to ask for them and they will answer. We are your spark plug. We are your spark of Christ energy. We bring in sparks. A lot of sparks I'm seeing. Okay. Oh, we bring in things many of you don't even realize we're bringing. In this card, he has his arms folded and the angel's actually offering him a cup, but he has 3 cups down at his feet and he thinks he's full, but there's something else coming in, and spirit says there's something you're not seeing. So they bring us a lot that we don't see. Let's see. What do they bring to humanity that we don't see? They bring in a lot of information. What? Tower. Oh my goodness. And the ending of things. Okay. Maybe some of you all can confirm this with me. This to me is telling me we bring you endings to certain things and you don't see it. When something ends, your car breaks down, when you can't go to a business meeting, when you were supposed to have a business meeting and it gets canceled, when you try to do something online and it never works, when you try to order something and it falls flat, when you try to do something and it doesn't work, the angels are oftentimes sending us a hidden message saying that's not the right path for you. And I'm hearing the words, don't force, but flow. Flow, not force. And the angels oftentimes brings us messages by causing certain things to collapse or things to end or things not to go right. This could be a relationship that you keep arguing with the person, you just can't get along. That's a message coming in from your guide saying this is not the relationship for you. There's other things from this reality, like when something breaks in your house. Maybe it was supposed to break. Many times we fix it and we try to glue it back together, but sometimes spirit is telling us get rid of it because it's you need to bring in something new and change the energy of your house. It could be, I oftentimes feel when people buy cars and the car is a lemon and it doesn't jive with their vibration, it's because it wasn't supposed to be with them. And that's one of the reasons why you get a lemon when the car works fine for someone else, but for you, it keeps breaking down. Spirit's like, this is not the right energy for you. Get rid of it. I am learning this lesson very, very hard. Every time I get with a person, when I'm done visiting and having coffee with them, my car will act up. I kid you not. It'll get a squeaky tire, or lately the AC didn't start on the day I met this person and was having coffee with them. I know that they're not good for me. They're a very negative person. And then that afternoon, the AC on my car would not work. I went to the mechanic and they said there's nothing wrong with it. A little bit of the spark energy, something in the spark when you turn it on just isn't kicking on, and you just have to wait until it dies and then we can fix it from the dealership and blah, 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 blah. We can't do anything for you. Within 3 days, I made some decisions to begin separating from that friend, and guess what? My AC works just fine. And that happens to me over and over and over again. So there are messages coming in. For you, it might not be your car. For you, it might be your pet, or it might be just the way things turn out. And you're like, why does this keep breaking? Why is this not working out? Why can't I order this? Why do I always get distracted? It's a tower moment. And Spirit's saying the angels oftentimes mess things up for us so that we don't go a bad way. Or it could be just going away to work and you have to take a detour and you were guarded from those something negative. You were guarded from something negative down the road, an accident. So the angels are saying a lot of the things that collapse in your life have been coming from them. Wow. And that we need to actually listen. What's the message here? Some of you, it might be your body. Your body acts up and it's giving you a message. It might be your vehicle. Look for the patterns. So if you walk outside, an extreme pattern, you walk outside your back door and you get stung by a bee. You walk outside your back door the next day and you get stung by another bee. That's a message, a repeat pattern. You're like, okay, what's at my back door that I need to clear? Or am I avoiding something in my life by going out a back door when I need to go out the front and face something head on? Do I need to be honest with something? And it's going to come to you. It's going to come to you. All right, let's continue. That's getting into angel messages and angel signs. All right. Now, here's the big question I'd like to ask. Were angels previously human? Our current spirit guides, the angelic realm. We're not going into the cherubim seraphim. We're going to those that are assisting Earth closest to us. Are the angels, were they previously human, or are they just emanations from Creator Source for us? Okay, we got a lot of mental energy. We've got the world energy, the hanged man, and then the magician card. So I'm not getting any DNA, any earthly reality. But they have gone into duality, okay? Look at these cards. The card of being trapped, the card of being stuck, and the card of needing a strategy to get out of something. And I have here in the past the world card. They needed to end cycles. And the future card, magicians, and the card of using energy, such as magic. And when I say magic, I mean divine Christ energy to be able to manipulate reality, like Moses in the Red Sea. Okay. Were they previously human or emanations from Creator Source? Did they have any life cycles? Whoops, we got some cards falling out here. This is the risen above and ascended. So I'm getting a yes, but the earth, this is what it is. I'm getting a yes, but it's not an earthly yes. It's an emotional yes. It's a water yes. Lemuria yes. Different kind, and they have ascended, but they had a different kind of earth reality than we do. What the message coming in loud and clear is that the angelic realm, from the angels to the archangels, have not lived an earthly human body. Most of them have not lived an earthly human body in our current density and blockages of DNA. They have not lived an earthly reality where their DNA was so blocked as ours is today. Theirs was more etheric, mental. It was more of the water Lemuria. And this is bringing me to remember something that I read in my esoteric studies once, that the angels, the humans who lived in Lemuria were then angels in Atlantis. And the humans who lived in Atlantis were they were ascended masters in Atlantis. So they go angel, ascended, they go human, ascended master, angel. So the humans who lived in Lemuria, which was a very water-based, beautiful, very little duality, very spiritual, a very beautiful water-based planet. Definitely not dense. They were telepathic. They could teleport. They could breathe underwater. The humans on Earth in Lemuria were ascended masters in Atlantis, and then became angels in the post-our day, post-Atlantis age, which is our current reality. The angels, the humans in Atlantis, many of them became ascended masters in today's post-Atlantis day. And then those of us who we're from the planet Venus, so the Ascended Masters are of the different planetary realms, allegedly from Venus realm, some of them from maybe some star systems. The mystery schools, the Ascended Masters, then became star seeds and incarnated back into the DNA. But the angels would have been humans in Lemuria. Does that make sense? Because there's three pods of time, 3 eons of time. The Lemurian age, where the humans were very, very etheric and beautiful water-based land. And then there was the Atlantis age, and then there's the post-Atlantean age. It's many thousands of years each one. So yeah, human, ascended master, angel, and then in the next, when we're in the New Jerusalem, we're going to be like ascended masters, which is what they call the rapture. We're going to be the etheric ascended master, going between the 5D, 6D, 3D, 4D, and being able to travel. That's the next earthly reality. But then the angels today will be graduating and ascending into archangel status. I hope I'm not confusing you all there. But anyway, that's the message coming in, is the angels who are assisting us today have not lived in the density we have lived in right now, especially in the last 1,000 years. The block DNA, unable to remember our past, unable to have our gifts, telepathic gifts, read energy exchange in the matrix. Okay, so I want to ask Spirit now. Hello, Justin. Welcome, welcome. I want to ask Spirit, what are the angels doing right now to assist Earth's ascension? And this is that first realm of spirit guides and angels. Before I continue, I want to say, if you're interested in raising the quality of your DNA, go ahead and check out my website, violetflame.net. From this website, you can access you can join my newsletter, or you can become a Global Shift member. And you can join us as a member, or click the private link and you can sign up for it right from my website page, Break the Curse online webinar. This is going to be on August 31st on Sunday at 11 a.m. It is going to substitute the public live. So at least sign up for my newsletter so that you can get access to know when it's going to be and how to sign up. If you are a member, definitely go ahead and watch for your email. We will give that out. It should come out several days before as well. So we are going to be, actually with this, we are going to be doing some activities where we call our soul back from certain times in life where we where we feel cursed, where we feel like we got a money blockage because our parents were afraid of money, or whether we got a word curse and the parents said something negative, like you will never amount to blah, 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 blah. They said those negative words and you feel like that's still stuck energy in your DNA. We're just going to do simple exercises with paper and pen and pull our soul back from that. And then I'm going to have a meditation that I do with the violet flame. And I'm going to have light language in there, and it's going to have a subliminal light language code that I'll set an intention to previously to help cleanse all blockages to our DNA. So you won't want to miss that. We're going to be doing that. Calamity Jane says, I can't wait to talk to my animals. I think just to be able to talk to our animals is going to open up a world of reality that will blow our minds. It's going to blow our minds when we actually get our telepathic gifts. We will not be able to lie to one another. Our animals will be able to tell us the truth. They can say, look, your energy is crappy today. Like, we're going to know the truth. We won't be able to lie to ourselves. We won't be able to lie to others. We're going to have to be very, very authentic. It's going to be a beautiful world. Spirit, what are the angels doing right now? What are the angels doing right now to assist Earth's ascension. We're going to just do Earth's ascension here. I heard the words, they are ascending. Oh, we got some protection energy here. We have some activation. So they're protectors of our reality. They're protecting certain humans on our ascension journey. Okay, that's something they're doing to assist Earth's ascension. They're protecting, I'm seeing stargates, portals. They're guarding certain locations on Earth, and they're guarding certain humans, especially the starseeds. That is what they're doing to help Earth's ascension. And I'm hearing that because Earth is ascending and humanity is ascending, and they're just assisting us to reach their own vibration. We are going into the vibration of the ascended master and the angel. So they're just there to protect us and to get as close to us as we will let them, so that their vibration can merge with our vibration. It was told in the days of Atlantis that the high priestesses, look here, we've got the high priestess. The high priestesses could actually connect to cosmic beings, and they would merge their energy fields together. And that's how a priest or a priestess became an oracle and actually channeled. It's where the energy of the angel of that time and the energy of the cosmic being, the god or goddesses of source consciousness, creator God, and that they would merge their energy field with the energy field of the human's energy field, and they would become one. And that's how, like the Oracle of Delphi and many of these high priestess magical times of where they would share messages direct from God. That is something that I feel the angels wish they could do. I just wish we could give you our energy. I wish you could know how beautiful this vibration was. I wish you could just merge with us and we could take you into the 5D, never to return. So they're here to guard and to protect, and they're here to be as close to us as possible. They're also here to cleanse. They're here to get rid of negative energy that's holding us down. This is all negative energy that is coming from stuck, blocked, and heaviness. Heavy energy. And I said we're going to keep this on the avenue of light, but I am a deliverance minister. I can't help but say this, to keep out the negative fallen angel energy, to clear us of the negative AI, to clear us of the negative beings, of the negative influences from our past that we collected because our DNA was too weak to resist it. So anything that's heavy, the angels are here to get rid of. Fight. We are here to fight for you. What is this? They're here to protect us. They're here to merge their energy fields with ours, and they're here to fight. What are they fighting for? Oh my, those that are trapped souls. Oh my, limiting beliefs. Souls trapped in limiting beliefs from their DNA cutoffs. That when they were taught you can never be wealthy in this lifetime, and it became an actual frequency we dwelt in. This is mind traps, limiting beliefs, things that kept us blocked and hindered from reaching our full potential. This is what they're fighting for. They're fighting for us. Is this individually or on the collective? Yeah, angels are very individual. They're helping to clear out karma as well. Clearing out karma. Okay, so the next question I have is, we're just going to tap into the archangels. The archangels are a frequency that's different from the angels. The angels are very individualized, and all the angels come from an emanation from an archangel. So you have Gabrielic angels from Archangel Gabriel. You have the Michaelic angels that come from Archangel Michael, and they're very individualized. And you can call upon the energy of an archangel, and you get ministered to from your angels using that energy. But you can also call in the archangels as well. But the archangels, I am told, have a different frequency, a different level and a different power and a different purpose. So let's just ask, what is the purpose of the archangels in helping humanity ascend and helping the earth realm? Thank you. Okay, they work with a lot of different groups of celestials. The angels work very much closely with humans, but the archangels work with different groups. I'm seeing dragon energy, the seraphims. I'm seeing they're working with the angels, they're working with the dragon energy a lot, especially right now. They guard the land and the distance and the portals. They guard, look how this angel is guarding. They guard, but then they also travel the distance. This is the card of expansion and travel as well. Entry points, but there's more than that. There's more. Healing on a cosmic level, on a consciousness level. The archangels help our higher selves. The archangels help heal our connection to our higher selves. They help heal our, not heal because our consciousness is healed, but integrate and connect it to the earth realm. Look how this angel is pouring water into a cup. So they work on a little bit higher of a consciousness level. The archangels work with the principalities, the powers. They fight the rulers of the darkness of this world. The archangels view the consciousness of earth and assist its integration so that humanity may ascend. Does that make sense? Death and rebirth. They destroy systems and raise up systems in the earth realm. Corporations, nations, they help guide the death and rebirth of major organizations such as like the WEF, the WHO. They're very much interested in how major nations affect the rest of humanity. They also guard to make sure that these major organizations and nations don't destroy the entire planet. Interesting. Yeah, like the level of the angel was the minor arcana, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When we got into the archangels, it became the major arcana, which is they have the temperance card and the death card, and it has bigger worldwide energy. Yeah, here's the card of victory, help, and hope. The card of also warrior who's won a battle. So they have been very victorious in their missions lately. The archangels have done very, very well in what they have come to earth to serve. We have been helped by the dragons. We've been helped by cosmic forces. The gates are open. The portals have been open. Beautiful energy coming in from the archangels. Beautiful energy. Wow. Okay. Beautiful energy coming in from the archangels. And remember that the archangels would have been angels in the days of Atlantis. They would have been angels in the days of Atlantis and would have merged with different priestesses and priests of that day. Okay? Which are ascended masters today, the priests or some of us that ascended and have come back as starseeds. So I have often wondered, why is it that some starseeds are more attracted to archangels than other, ordinary humans, normies on the street? They think about their guardian angels, but for some reason, the starseed is always thinking about the archangel. And that's because the archangel would have been their angel when they were in Lemuria or Atlantis. Like if some of us were humans during the days of Atlantis, we would have had angels, okay? Guardian angels, protecting angels. Those angels would have integrated into the archangels that we know of today. That's just my theory. That's just what's coming through right now. Take it as it resonates. Because I have often wondered why some people call it an archangel, and they resonate with that being. It could be because of your starseed history. You might have been taught by certain angels on the planet Sirius in those mystery schools, the planet Venus. Yeah, so if you feel drawn to any of the archangels, it's possibly because you know their vibration. And if you do work with any angels, use the word angel, then I'll use the EL phrase because it means of source or of God, of the Elohim. And some people have said use the word angel or Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, and it helps you set an intention of I only ask for that which is of the light. But I also ask only that which is of the light as well, because there are fallen angels from the Michaelic and Gabrielic lines that know the energy of Michael, they know the energy of Gabriel, and they present themselves as the archangel. And they have deceived humanity in the past. But humanity's awakening, we're starting to use our energy to feel angels and not just hearing words in our head. So we're starting to sense the vibration. We're starting to see the signs. And two things, your guardian angels and your archangel guides will never force you to do anything. They'll never tell you to do anything. They always give you guidance, and then you have free will to choose. So any force that comes to you and says, you need to do this by Friday, Also, you want to try to feel their energy and see how their consistent guidance or the consistent help, does it take you higher and into a better life, or does it fall apart and not come to pass? So you might be seeing the angel number 222, okay? And you're like, you see that angel number when you're driving in your car. All right. And then something happens. Okay. And you like get into a fender bender with another car. And you're like, I thought I was protected. And then you get on the road again. You see 222 again. It's your angel saying you are protected. Everything happens for a reason. I'm still with you. So that's a way you can see how it gives you encouragement. All right. But if you're driving down the road and you hear something in your head that said, and I don't even like to say hear something in your head because that was the old time way of doing things. I've heard negative messages in my head, but let's say you don't know how to drive. Why don't you go slower because you don't know how to drive? That's not a guardian angel. That could be a mischievous spirit. So that's just a little idea of how to navigate the world of angels, archangels, messages. Where does their energy and their messages, where does it take you? And don't be afraid to get it wrong and be like, you know what? I thought my angel gave me a message in meditation to buy this purchase and it ended up wrong. I don't know what happened. You will learn. I did. I learned the hard way many, many, many times. But the good thing is your DNA is going to be so much more activated than mine was. When I first started, I was 19. It was about 15 years ago. I was about 19 years old, and I was broken. I was traumatized. I'd just been kicked out of my house by my father. I was in a church that I didn't know or feel comfortable in. I was scared. I was crying. I was hurting. And then I was listening to Holy Spirit, which ended up being a mischievous spirit because my DNA was so blocked. My frequency was so low. So we're at a place now where we learn to raise our frequency into love, joy, and peace. That's the energy that will attract the angels. The negative energy, the trauma, the blockages will attract the low vibrations. So that's why it's important to clear and to heal and to clear those blockages so that our natural vibration will immediately attract the angelic realm. My realm, when I began listening to mischievous spirits, was a realm of just hurt and pain. And I thought I was listening to God. It ended up not being that way. I could tell you stories. Like this being was like, you need to go to church and you need to get up and testify in the middle of church about who to vote for. And I kept hearing the message, go and testify in church that they shouldn't vote for this person. They should vote for this person. I still remember. embarrassed the crap out of me because I thought it was the voice of God. And I didn't really want to, but I felt like I had to obey the voice of God and go and testify in church about why they shouldn't vote for McCain and they should vote for Ron Paul. Yeah, it was during that whole Obama versus McCain thing. And I literally made a fool of myself, but I thought I was obeying God. So it was so interesting to actually travel through that time and realize, you know what? I did what I thought was right. Now I know what that vibration feels like, that force of you need to do this. You need to do this. Why aren't you obeying me? That is force. That's demonic. That is not free will. And so now I know that frequency. And so I can kind of point it out when I feel it anywhere throughout the past few years and be like, nope, I don't trust that. It feels very unfamiliar in force. I'm going to just reconnect to myself, breathe, ask God, ask Holy Spirit, ask my guides to come in, and then to trust the vibration of light. Yeah. So I hope that helped. Hello, Robert. Hello from Toronto. Good to see you. Toronto is getting very popular here with this channel. So welcome from Canada. Robert said, have you encountered a fairy in life? So I haven't actually seen the fairies, but I have been to a garden of fairies and gnomes. And this lady telepathically could speak to them. And she would set up a fairy garden and a gnome garden and an angel garden. And I was able, she says, go walk. And she left me alone in the garden. And I went from garden to garden to garden. And the energy was so different and so beautiful. Like every little garden she set up. One of the gardens just had statues of little angels. Another one had statues of fairies. Another one had the gnomes. And the gnomes were always around the trees. So I knew I was coming to a fairy garden, an actual fairy garden. So I brought a little seashell and I brought a little crystal to put into the seashell, just like this. Okay. It's like, I brought something for the fairies and gnomes. Okay. And her name is June. She lives here in Northern Virginia. And she says, okay, well, let's see, where do we want to put them? And the energy of the fairies was like this soft laughter and just gentle flow, gentle energy. And the energy of the gnome was really like fast and chuckling, like funny, like hilarious, like they're hilarious. And the lady said, June says, I just heard the gnome say, don't give it to the fairies. Oh my goodness, it was so fun. Don't give it to the fairies. They're like this little happy, they're like neighbors to the fairies. And at first I was going to give it to the fairies. And they were so beautiful, but I didn't feel drawn. It was like they were happy and just a floaty energy. I just felt the floaty energy. I didn't get the sense of any words yet. But suddenly I just felt to go around I just felt drawn. It's a feeling that's hard to explain. Just like I'm looking for where I'm supposed to put my little seashell and crystal. And I'm just and I feel drawn to go around this big tree. And I'm like, I feel led here. So I couldn't hear anything telepathically, but I just felt this like pull. And then all of a sudden I get to the 3/4 around the tree and I look, and June had set up a small little area about literally this big, and it had several other seashells there. And I went, that's it. I was being drawn by this invisible little heart center draw. And I knew that the gnomes wanted me to put the seashell with their other seashells. It was the most fascinating communication that still blows my mind today, because it wasn't telepathic, but it was just all energy. And that's just who I am. So I hope that helps you there. Trust your heart and go within. Absolutely. Go within. I have found that you really don't want to trust your head. You don't really want to trust what people told you. You just want to begin experiencing life from an open heart of gratitude and joy. And if you can go into the spirit world of gratitude and joy, you will always find center. June's has unicorns in the pasture nearby. I love the experience that I had at June's house as well, Calamity Jane. Okay. Yes, I did not know she had unicorns in the pasture nearby. I really, really think we should do a CC meeting at June's house. That would be amazing. Oh my goodness. I've got a unicorn right here in the back. So that's amazing. You're welcome, Robert. All right. So I hope this helped you all and just gave you the energy of angels and archangels here. Since we're on topics of animals and fairies, I'm going to go ahead and pull a Spirit of the Animals Oracle. Just get an ending message or a few ending messages from Spirit. What can you tell us about connecting to the spirit world of angels? So we have 2 cards that fell out. Lynx, Keeper of Secrets. Take time out from the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You are others' secrets. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. Isn't it interesting that says you will never be deceived when you trust your knowing? Just like Calamity Jane says, trust your heart and go within. You see others' secrets. You see the spiritual world. Keep it sacred. You see what other people cannot see. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. So Spirit is saying, if you really want to connect to the other side, know that it's special, secret, and sacred. They only let them come when you come in silence, solitude, gratitude, and trusting your heart. So they will reveal themselves to you. The angels, the fairies, the world of spirit that we cannot see. Keeper of secrets. I'm really seeing like The Secret Garden, if you've ever watched that movie or read that book, The Secret Garden, being allowed to enter into portals and realities. I'm hearing the words, come softly, and we will invite you in. The other card is Loon, intuitive. Listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. So trusting your intuition as you have a way of knowing, you just know. Some things you're just going to know. Trust it. If you walk out in the forest and you're like, there is a fairy around that flower, that is knowing. Trust it. If you walk out and you're like, I feel like an angel is beside me, that is an angel. Trust it. It also says here the word solitude. Solitude is coming up twice. There's something that I have noticed about my spirit guides. They don't like other people in my energy field when they want to connect with me. They like it when my energy field is separate from the world. And they definitely don't like, when I do personal readings for people, they don't like negative people in people's lives. Like if I ask a general message, Spirit, what would you tell? What would your guardian angel say to you today? If there is a relationship in your life that is negative and dragging you down, they will point it out. And it gets very difficult sometimes because I'm like, is there someone in your life that's close to you and they just complain a lot? What I'm really saying is their husband or their wife or their partner or their workplace is negative and the angels are concerned about their energy and their vibration. So I have to very nicely come out and say, this person or a person in your life is dragging you down, and it just gives them an opportunity to look at that energy. So the energy of solitude, spending time alone, if you feel like you spend a lot of time alone, there could be a reason for that, because you were meant to connect to the spirit worlds. You were meant to connect to other realities. And you might very well have come to Earth to explore that reality without other people's energy in your field. So I just want to encourage you, when you go on that walk, as you drive in your car, as you sit in your own house, they love the energy of clear crystals, the angels, selenite especially, clear crystals, crystals, they love that. Candles, spirit comes on fire. They love fire. Fire also clears out negative energy, having candles in our life. It tracks the spirit world. Very magical. And so, yeah, spending time in solitude, peace, and trusting if you feel like, is there a being? And is there a being around me? And then all of a sudden being like, I feel like there's something here. It's because there is. So practice that kind of reality. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Keeper of secrets and intuition. That is you. All right, everyone. I am going to put this up on my channel. Here is my website. Go ahead and join either my newsletter or my membership, and together we will do the Break the Curse webinar in 2 Sundays from now. But meanwhile, next Sunday, I will be doing a public live here at 11 a.m. and a private live at 12:15. I will see you next time. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate it. May the spirit of life and love go with you. Together in light, we rise.